Hi, Kylie here. Welcome to my plan with me for June 2026. So the theme for this month was supposed to be forests, and let's just say, see that little note there, life seldom goes entirely to plan? I did change that a little bit, but yeah, pretty much some things sort of happened during the month that means that I decided I was going to take the easy way out and change themes around. So this month is now flowers. And by the easy way out, I mean I paint flowers a fair bit, like paint and draw flowers a fair bit. I've done quite a lot of that over the years. And so this is sort of just a nice, easy title or cover page that I can do for June. And it's something that I've done quite a bit. So, I can do it without really having to think, which is sort of what I needed. So what it is basically just doing some large splotches of colour. Most of them, as you can see, are sort of circles. There's one that is a little bit more flower-shaped, so it's got sort of like pointy bits for petals. That one's going to be a little bit more like a sunflower. Not a sunflower, but like a sunflower. So you just do basically spots of colour and then go back through and draw flower shapes over the tops of those colours. It's quite effective. I quite like doing it. It's a lot more fun to do it on watercolour paper because you get to sort of blend the colours in a little bit more and look, watercolour on watercolour paper is always going to be nicer than watercolour on cartridge. It's just how the world goes. So yeah. So what I'm doing now with the white space, I've drawn in some leaves, so different coloured greens for leaves, and now I'm just painting sort of greeny, beigey colours around in the white space, and then it's a bit of a tealy colour into the big gap that I left behind, which is where I will write June. So just painting in some centres, and then I'll go through and draw in all the detail of the flowers and make it all come alive. So yeah, May. Look, it was a great month. It's just something unexpected happened, which has shifted a lot of focus and a lot of attention for me. So I started the month doing the macro photography course with Cam Blake and Cheryl Davis up in Cradle Mountain. I had a lovely time, got some wonderful photos. I've shared those on Instagram. I'm Dinky Loon on Instagram. It's in the description if you're interested in seeing what some of those photos look like. I got some mushrooms and some insects. So yeah, it was all great. And then when we were driving home, my brother got in contact, and my brother lives in a unit that we co-own in Melbourne. And we'd had a little bit of a discussion about sort of moving that on in him, like moving it on for me, of him possibly buying out the unit. And he'd contacted me to say, yeah, him and his wife had changed their minds and they were going to buy somewhere else. And I was like, okay, yep, that's great. He said, yeah, we think we've found something. And by the end of that week, it was, we've put down an offer. So unexpectedly, I'm dealing with real estate agents and conveyancers and all of those things, and tradies to get some work done and everything else. So yeah, it just completely threw out of whack what I thought my May was going to look like. But again, it's all good. It's a good outcome for me. I'm really excited for them to have, gone out and bought their own place and, something new and a big change for them. So yeah, it's all really good. It's just I didn't think that my brain was going to have to focus on doing that, and now it is. So hence, I sort of haven't had a lot of brain space for other things, and I was getting near the end of last week, so the first week of June, and went, I really need to sort my bullet journal out. Like, I haven't had a lot of client work, so it's been okay to sort of be working off on the external to-do list that I keep track of. But yeah, it's like, no, I really need to get this done. And looked at the theme again and went, oh, no, I'm just going to have to be kind to myself and do something I can do without really having to think. Hence, flowers. So yeah, you can see like half of the page, half of the layout is done, and you can see how much it comes together when you're just putting the line work on it. And it doesn't matter that the shapes underneath aren't in flower shape, and it doesn't matter that all of the colour runs outside lines and everything else. It sort of adds to the effect of it, and I quite like it. So that was May. That's how it went. I hope that you've had a nice May, and that, the world has been treating you kindly. That's a questionable thing in this day and age, unfortunately. But yeah, I hope that you've been staying safe and sane as much as possible. We've had a very unseasonably warm start to winter, which is concerning. I live in a state where, it snows. I live in a cold state for the most part. It is the southernmost part of Australia, and it's nice to get the cold. I like the cold. I'm a fan. And, yeah, this warmth is concerning because, if this warmth continues, then summer is going to be very warm, and we're probably going to go back into bushfire risk time. So, it's just one of those things where I'd like it to get cold, please. But yeah, we'll see how June goes. It's been going well so far. We've got our anniversary this weekend, so 22 years, which is a bit sort of like, wow, 22 years together. All right. So that's this weekend, which will be nice. And then I've got a market the weekend after, so the Hub Market for anyone who's down here in Tassie. And I've got a training session next Thursday. I've split my journaling workshop into 3 1-hour sessions, and I'm delivering it at the Wellness Hub at St. Luke's in Hobart. So again, if you're interested in that sort of thing, then either go onto the St. Luke's website and look up the Wellness Hubs and events, or go to my website, kyliedunn.com, and look up courses, and I've got links there through to their stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. I've moved on to the little saying. So I did change it to life seldom goes according to plan. Being flexible is key. I did have entirely to plan, but yeah, I sort of changed the wording in it. Honestly, I didn't change it with any awareness of having changed it. That's just how it came out when I was penciling it in. So there you go. I just left it there. And because it is flowers this month, I'll put some flowers around there. And because being flexible is key, is the bottom, I've drawn a key down the bottom as well. So yeah, just putting in some of the design elements around that, and then I'll put some colour on it as well. But yeah, so I recently ran my journaling course for another group of women who really enjoyed it and got a lot out of it. And I realized I've sorted out how to do it online. It's not ideal, but like it works, I think. So I do need to get in and schedule some courses for the second half of the year. It's sort of something that I need to just take the time to sit down and do. And just get it done, because, I didn't do nearly as many workshops, I should say, as I had planned on doing. And, here we are. It's nearly the middle of the year, and I didn't get nearly as much done as I had hoped to get done. But I think that's pretty much every year at this point in time. So there you go. So, we'll go into the rest of June, and hopefully, because I think I've signed all my paperwork with the real estate agent and the conveyancer and sorted everything out. Hopefully I'm close to that being done. And the property won't list. I've got to do a little bit of work to it. It won't list until late July. But yeah, if you're up for a 2-bedroom unit in Brunswick in Victoria, reach out. It will be interesting to see how that all goes and what happens with it. But yeah, putting in some colour blocks. It's working really well for me to have some spots of colours on these pages since I'm not putting layouts and everything in there. It just makes it a little bit more interesting to work with. So that's been working well. But here is my bullet journal for June. I hope that you have a lovely month. Again, stay safe, stay sane as much as humanly possible. I will get July drawn up before the end of June and try and get some things back on track. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you want. And I hope to see you at the end of June for July. Thanks. Bye.